Hello, I'm Judy Stiles. Thank you for joining us this week on Newsmakers. Well, a lot of people are facing challenges these days, especially with COVID and some of the other challenges. But at Missouri Southern, we have a program that's been in place now to help students, and it's been here for a while. Today, we're going to find out about the Ryenn Co-op. Andrea, Cullers, thank you for being here today.
Thank you for inviting me.
The Ryenn Co-op, for people who are familiar with it, is designed to help our students on campus. But let's just start off with a little bit of background. How did this come around?
Well, I'm in the kinesiology department, and I was doing a research project, and we were asking about food and security in our students, and we teach a lifetime wellness class that every student on campus takes at some point in time, and we had a survey, and what we found was about 25% of students sometime in the past year had felt food insecure. And food insecurity can be anywhere from, I didn't have enough money to buy food, I didn't have enough money to buy the quality of food that I'm needing or wanting, and or at the most extreme, hunger. And so we saw that, and then I started talking with some faculty in the history department, Dr. Megan Bever and Renee White in sociology, and we started working together to kind of better assess the need on campus, and then we made a proposal to University Council and started in November 2018.
Great. So you've been serving the students who really have this insecurity, this need. Location, how did you choose the location?
It was a location we didn't even know existed. So we kind of thought that we would be maybe in a closet, or we didn't know where
we want to serve somebody where we're going to do it.
Yes, and if you are ever on a college campus, you know, space is at a premium. There's never space for anything extra. And so we were actually in a meeting, and Dr. Carson, our provost, said, I know of a space. And she took us over to the FEMA shelter, which is now called the Residential Life Emergency Shelter. And at one point in time, they had thought about putting a convenience store in the FEMA shelter. So there was a space there.
So you had a little nook or an area where they could work?
Yes, a great little nook, and so we were able to pretty quickly move in. We did a call out to departments and buildings across campus, and they donated shelves they weren't using anymore, and we were able to pretty quickly get it set up. So within probably a month to 6 weeks, we were able to get initial donations of food, shelving, and get established in our location.
And serve students immediately too? You have people waiting for service?
Yeah, basically.
So you were working as co-director. So for the audience, kind of the structure, faculty members are helping lead this, but then you have students who help make it work.
Correct. So we have had social work, student social work interns. Their last year, they're required to do field work experiences. Right. So they have worked with the Ryenn Co-op, which has been really an excellent opportunity for them, and then an experience for us to work with them. We currently have different RAs volunteering, and we have 2 students from the kinesiology department doing a practicum experience over there. So we really have had a lot of different types of students volunteer or work there as part of their coursework.
So we hear about service learning. This is a way really that students are learning by providing their services.
Correct. And last year we started a course, an academic course that kind of paired with volunteering or working at the Ryenn Co-op. So it is a service learning course, and the students that take the course are expected to then volunteer work at the Ryenn Co-op a certain number of weeks or hours a week as well.
Okay. Well, I guess people are probably wondering, when is it open? We know where now. I mean, what types of days, or what do you have for operations? So
this semester we are open Monday and Thursdays from 4 to 6 p.m. And we have we have a site in the library. So on the first floor and the third floor, we kind of have a grab-and-go setup in the library. And we started that this summer. We weren't going to be able to open the co-op like normal, and yet we knew a lot of students were on campus over the summer, so we wanted to have an option available. And so the library was very open and willing to stock some food and personal hygiene items. And then at the Ryenn Co-op on those days, Monday 4 to 6 and Thursday 4 to 6, clients can go in ahead of time and put in a pre-order. It's called Local Line. It's the same company that the Webb City Farmers Market and Empire Market use with their vendors. They can go in and kind of do online shopping.
I'd like to have this, or I need this.
Totally. And then they can then pick up those items from 4 to 6. 6. And if someone isn't able to do the local line pre-order, or that isn't what they're interested in, they can always just come in and pick up a prepackaged
So you still
bag.
have walk-ins that
Yes,
you can help out
definitely.
as well. Right.
And we always have milk, yogurt, bread, eggs that people can walk in and grab as well. And when I say walk in, I don't mean physically walk in. That has probably been the biggest change.
COVID has prevented them from saying, I'm here, walk in the door.
Totally. We really operated like a grocery store. And most food pantries, especially university food pantries, don't operate that way. They kind of give you a designated box or very limited options. And we really thought it was important to be like a grocery store, to get rid of that stigma, let people pick out what they need. And with COVID, we can't do that. And so that is why we moved to that online ordering system.
So you can meet their needs that they specifically say that they have. Now, you mentioned that the food needs can also be perhaps the nutritional aspects. And a lot of people here, well, college students eat a lot of ramen noodles and things like that. So you're trying to get the nutrition aspect of the foods that are out there.
We do. And so when we go shopping, or when we're picking out items, or when we're packaging the prepackaged bags, we always have vegetables, we always have fruit, it may be applesauce or fruit cups, but we try to have those. We are always trying to have protein sources available, so we keep in stock a lot of tuna, canned tuna, but they have like these tuna pouches now, which are amazing. So we do that a lot. Peanut butter, and then the milk, yogurt, and eggs. So we feel it's really important to always have high quality nutritional options. And we still have, a lot of mac and cheese and ramen noodles, but we do try to limit like the junk food types of things.
Not a lot of potato chips and things like that.
Yeah, we try to limit a lot of those, sugar sweetened beverages, or cakes or candies, or really prepackaged foods. And even though they are in a package, that they have some nutritional quality and value.
Great. So they're getting the nutritional opportunities. I know one of our students had a chance to visit with you. So before we get too far, I think we'd like to share that story with the audience. One of our students here at Missouri Southern had a chance to visit and find out a little bit more. So let's take a look at that story.
As the semester ramps up, many students are having to spend extra time studying, preparing for exams, and other projects. But one thing some students neglect is the importance of their nutritional intake. That's where the Lion Co-op comes in, a service providing food to students and staff alike here at Missouri Southern. Dr. Andrea Cullers is the coordinator of the co-op, and recently she told me some of the changes the co-op went through to accommodate the new social distancing guidelines.
This semester we have incorporated an online ordering, and so students can go to local line, and we have instructions on how to do that on our Facebook page and set up an account, and then all of our inventory is online, and they can just choose what they want, kind of like Walmart grocery pickup, and then they can pick up those options 4 to 6 on Mondays or 4 to 6 on Thursdays. And then we also have just prepackaged bags. So if a student doesn't want to do online ordering, they can just come by during those times and pick up some items that are already bagged. And then they can also pick up things like bread, yogurt, milk, eggs during those time periods as well.
And don't worry if you haven't used the co-op before. Everyone is welcome at any of the co-op stations around Missouri Southern.
We are doing things differently, and then we normally see a lot of international students, and that number has really decreased. The number of international students has decreased on campus, so we've kind of lost some of the students we normally see, but we're seeing a lot of new students, so it's kind of somewhat too early to tell. This is about our 3rd or 4th week open. And I think as we move along and people get more and more comfortable with the online ordering system, we'll have a better idea. We do have each week new people doing the online ordering system though. Things that we always are in need of are things like peanut butter, deodorant, things like ramen noodles or rice or pasta dishes where you can add water or heat up in the microwave. Chef Boyardee, any type of food that can be heated up in a microwave that's easy to prepare are things that we really are in need of. Like I mentioned, things like laundry, detergent, deodorant was what I mentioned. We have dental hygiene has been awesome, and that they've always donated a lot of toothpaste and toothbrushes, so we're good on those. Things like toilet paper, paper towels, that we all seem to be in need of this spring, we really ran out of. So some of those personal hygiene items, and then the food that's kind of quick and easy to prepare as well. Over the summer, we weren't able to be open. We really kind of closed mid-April because of the coronavirus. And so over the summer, we set up kind of that satellite location in the library. There's some items on the first floor and then on the third floor as well. And again, students can come in and take kind of what they need. And we do have a QR code for a survey, and we do ask that students take the survey so we kind of know how the library is being utilized. But yes, so that is another option for students as well.
So if you're having difficulty getting enough food, give the Lion Co-op a try. And if you can, give a little back. The co-op accepts donations online, by mail, or even by phone. For KGCS TV, I'm Dylan Knobble.
As we could see by the story, there's a wide variety of food items available. You really do have a lot.
We do, and we try to, we really look and see what students are requesting. We have a survey that students take. It used to be on an iPad, now we just have them use a QR code to kind of find out if we're providing what they're needing and requesting. So again, we try to do more nutritional foods, like you might have seen the rice dishes,
right.
the potatoes, the soups, that are going to provide them with a meal and not just snack food.
Empty calories, right?
Correct.
Tying it together. And we saw some scenes there, I guess, at the library as well. So
correct.
And
yes.
so really, it's you can come up and you don't have to ask somebody. It's you're able to pick up what you need over there.
Yeah, and that's really something that we feel is very important. Is that there is not a stigma in terms of need, and I think most people that have ever been in college recognize that at some point in time it was challenging, and it might be that you have an expensive car repair bill, or you haven't been paid yet, or any number of things. And if we can help students through those times by alleviating some stress or allowing them to maybe not pick up an extra shift at work so they can they can get food. Yeah, they can. Then I think that's really what our goal is to help students be successful in the classroom, and we need food to do that.
And a tie between being fed and being able to study, and the brain and the body going together.
Totally, and we really recognize that in K through 12, and yet for some reason when kids hit 18 years of age, we forget that that's still important, and so we just try to help with that.
And we've been talking about students. Some of the reviewers might be wondering, are these on-campus students only or all students?
It's all students. So it's actually as long as you have an active Lion card. That is something we ask that students swipe their card.
Right.
But if someone had a family member attending Lion Cub Academy, if a faculty or staff member for some reason needed help.
So it goes beyond just students, faculty, and staff could also use that.
Anyone with an active Lion card are eligible to use the Lion Co-op. And we typically see a lot of on-campus students because we are in the dorm area, but we have started a new grant program called Groceries to Graduate, and it really targets, it provides funding for students. They apply, and it can provide funding for them to receive food through the Webb City Farmers Market, so tokens, and they can purchase fresh fruit and vegetables. So maybe more students that have a kitchen and are able to cook, maybe they have a family. So we're trying to expand some options to students that may not be living in a dorm and just want microwavable food.
Right, so they're able to help their family as well then if they have those challenges.
Yes.
This early in the semester still, but it's halfway approaching. Are you seeing an increased demand this fall?
It's really hard, I think, because we have a lot of the students that we saw were international students.
Right.
That number is down. And because we're not open in our traditional format of kind of people walking in.
Where you can count the number of people walking in the door.
Yeah, they don't know what to expect. And so I think they're like, are they open? Are they not open? But we're seeing the numbers increase each week. And we're seeing people order or pick up having higher needs. So it seems like what they're needing may be greater than what their needs had been previously.
In the past and so forth. And you're helping to promote this through, I know, the course syllabus that students receive in the class. There's a statement on all of those.
Correct.
So you're helping, the faculty are helping promote the fact that the service is available.
And our faculty, I think, have been amazing, and the staff on campus. There are always student groups, student clubs doing a drive for something, Project Stay, maybe doing a fundraiser, raising, collecting I'm trying to think, toilet paper. The Women in Science Club just did a donation drive of like soups and Chef Boyardee.
So target a certain type of item.
Yeah, and so our campus has been exceptionally supportive of the Lion Co-op, and both the faculty and staff, but also I think it's great that students are helping students, and that's really important.
Now, going beyond the food, there's the personal hygiene type items as well. People don't think about it, but you have to have shampoo, you have to have soap, those types of things.
Yeah, and that's, we see a big need for those things like deodorant, toothpaste, toothbrush, soap, shampoo, and those things are expensive. They can really add up. And one thing that we find with our students is, especially if they're living in the dorms, they may not have transportation.
They come to town, they're here, how do they go to the stores?
Correct. And so a lot of it may not be financial, it's that transportation aspect. And so, oh my gosh, I ran out of toilet paper, I ran out of toothpaste, what can I do? The Lion Co-op is next door. I can go and get something. And so we provide that need for a lot of students.
For a lot of the students who can tie that together. Now, on the other side, as far as you talk people raising funds and helping you, explain how people can donate. Maybe somebody's watching and say, well, how can I help out this organization?
We really recommend getting in touch with the MSSU Foundation. We love donations. We love donations of anything, but donations of cash, of financial donations are really important because each week we kind of evaluate where we are with our stock, and then we make purchases. And then also we are not really able to get donations of perishable items. So each week, and sometimes twice a week,
so
we
when
go
you're buying
out.
that milk and the eggs.
We're going, yeah, and we ran out of milk and eggs on Monday, so we need to go back for Thursday. So we're constantly shopping and making sure that we have what our needs are, and we greatly appreciate all donations, but financial donations really help us to target and purchase exactly what we're needing.
I know you have a website that probably has a lot of information as well. If we had the website, we can look at that, and but that would probably provide the link and how you get, to support you and everything along those lines. So we're going through it now. So this gives us the basic information, contact information, and how you can be involved. Do you find that student groups and organizations are supporting you, but are you having some students that would just say, I'd like to volunteer? They just, I'm not in a club, I'm not in an organization, what can I do to help?
Yeah, and we do have that. We have some RAs this semester. We actually had Donna Johnson from biology emailed me, and she had a student that is interested. She said, I have a student interested in volunteering. Can she? And we're like, definitely, we would love that. No. And so we always love that. When we were first open, and even some last year, we had community members come in and volunteer. And we're not really able to do that now.
On campus,
but we are always happy to have volunteers. And we've had community groups do fundraisers and donation drives. And we feel that there's a great support in the community for the Lion Co-op, beyond just the Missouri Southern community.
Without giving names, can you maybe share a story or some reaction you've received perhaps from some of the students who are receiving the services or the items?
I think some of the most memorable ones were in the spring. And so we were students were leaving campus. Everyone was trying to leave. We had a lot of students that were going back home. They were going back to Japan or France or any number of countries. And almost all of them came by to say goodbye. And they would come by and they would want a picture taken with us, either our interns or Dr. Bever or I, and their flag. And, you could really tell that they felt that this was part of their experience, and they felt very safe and comfortable coming to the Lion Co-op. And then even just students that just really talked to us about feeling comfortable there, and that they were able to be successful in their classes, and it really relieved a lot of their burden by having a place to go. But I think a lot of it goes back to we see a very diverse group of students. Some that may not be comfortable going certain places with discrimination or different biases, and they don't feel that with the Lion Co-op. And we actually all went through the training last year with Kayla Reed, the Safe Zone training. So we are a certified Safe Zone spot on campus, and that really meant a lot to us because we feel that that's really important for the services we offer.
Do you feel that sometimes one of the biggest challenges for a student is just to ask for help or assistance? I mean, there may be a lot of need, but how do they take that next step to say, okay, I'm going to go over there, I'm going to ask for help?
Yeah, I think so. I think that they, I think even though we talk about it, there still is that stigma, and maybe they don't know, well, do I really need it? Is it something I can just get by on? But, you know, we are open, and maybe you just need one thing, or maybe you just, you know, for a very short amount of time, we're always open for that. And then if someone needs help longer term, we can help provide that. But also we really want to help connect students with other services. Right. And so that's one reason we really like having social work interns. So if a student might be eligible for SNAP, or they might be eligible for other benefits, we can help connect them with those. And so, you know, what are other options out there for you to help make you not be hungry? Yeah,
so
to help you be
stop
successful.
Just there. What else can we do? Do you work with then referrals maybe to community agencies, that other food sources in town? And
we do provide options for that. For so many people, it's the transportation that's an issue.
You can't drive to those places, right?
Yeah, and so many places have really tight restrictions on income, and since most students are still dependents, they're going off their parents' income, even though that might not be reflective of their own financial status. And so that was really important to us when we opened the Ryenn Co-op, that we don't ask financial questions. Right. And so, because everyone they're all coming from a different place, and we don't want to ask. It's not a requirement.
It's not your goal is to say you have to meet this criteria.
Yeah. And so I think students can feel comfortable coming to us knowing that we don't ask questions. Our only question is, are you a member of the Ryenn family? And if you're part of our family, you are welcome here.
So they just need that ID to show that they are a member of the family. So sometimes people worry about confidentiality. I mean, they're saying, well, everybody's going to know I'm going there, you know, that stigma type of thing.
I don't know if we really see that too much, and I think it's somewhat the attitude and the environment that we really try to have when we train our staff. One of our goals is to treat our clients like customers. They are not coming to a food pantry. You would treat them just like they're coming to a store. You know, greet them, say, you know, how can I help you, and treat them like a customer. And I think that really helps get rid of that, maybe that fear or that embarrassment or any stigma that someone might have, because we don't hold those against the clients, and so hopefully they don't feel that about themselves either.
So it's truly students helping students when they walk in the door.
Yes, definitely.
You know, their peers are helping, they're working together basically, not even helping, they're, you know, serving each other.
And most of our volunteers or workers, like, you know, I could really use something. Is it okay if I grab something? And I'm like, just swipe your card and take what you need. And so we all need some help sometimes.
Well, having started this a couple of years ago, has it grown larger than you expected, or what's your, you know, what you thought when you started to where you're at now?
I think it has. I think it definitely seems to change, especially with this semester. I think our relationship with the library is amazing. Kayla Reed, we were talking, and she said, you know, libraries make knowledge and learning accessible to everyone. And I really feel the Ryenn Co-op allows food and personal hygiene items to be accessible to everyone. There's no boundaries. And so I love that we're able to be there with them. I love that we're able to kind of grow this Groceries to Graduate program, really helping to get students connected with the Webb City Farmers Market and getting them fresh produce. So I think we're really growing and developing and expanding our community ties, which is really exciting, and just getting more known on campus. It's amazing. You know, so many people have never heard of the Ryenn Co-op. They don't know where we are.
Where's the FEMA shelter? We're here.
And that is a huge challenge every semester, every year. We're here. These are our hours. And so just every semester, but especially in the fall, just continuing to get that word out that we're still here. We haven't gone anywhere. And please come and visit us if you need to.
And the needs are obviously still there too, with the students needing those services.
Yeah, they are. And you know, they won't go away, just with the state of the cost of college.
Whether you have a pandemic or not, there's that need.
There's always that need.
And for people from the community who are watching and may have tuned in a little late, if they want to help out, you have that online giving opportunity. Let's review that again.
So they can go to the Missouri Southern Foundation. I think on the Ryenn Co-op website there's an email, there's a phone number to contact myself, and I can talk to them. They can also go to the Missouri Southern Foundation and talk to someone there about about kind of targeted giving. And then we do have donation boxes on campus. So the first floor of Hearns Hall, the first floor of Health Sciences, Criminal Justice Building, and then right inside the FEMA shelter. And so people can just stop by and drop off a bag of things if they want, or do the financial donation.
Great. Well, your goals for the future? We're in the middle of the first semester, the spring or fall semester. Any special goals that you've set for this year?
I think just really growing that online ordering system and getting the word out and increasing knowledge of that. And then really we are constantly raising funds and food. It is amazing how much food we go through a week, so we're constantly just trying to bring in more and more items to keep our stock shelved. Whether it was good or bad, at the end, we were open a few weeks during the stay-at-home order, and we really cleared out our shelves. We gave everything we had away.
It was all
all gone, basically, and so we worked over the summer to restock our shelves, and it really is just this constant process of taking in so we can give back.
And I can see how that can be a really educational process for the students who are helping you work as well. They're learning about inventory and disbursement of the product.
It is. It's an experience where they're getting business experience, customer service. They're learning about helping others. It's a very comprehensive experience in many different areas for the students.
Great. Well, I appreciate your time sharing information about the co-op and helping us get the word out to the community as well.
Well, thank you so much for having me, Judy.
You're welcome. And I'd like to thank you, the viewers, for joining us this week on Newsmakers. I'm Judy Stiles. Hope you can join me again next week at the same time on this station. We'll see you then.